intimate relationships are some of our the primary vehicles of our transformation. In A Course in Miracles, they say relationships are laboratories of the Holy Spirit. So it's where the Holy Spirit can enter and we can test and try and do all of these things and run experiments on how things work. So we can open more and more to the Holy Spirit, more and more to the corrective way of thinking and perceiving ourselves and others, which is what the Holy Spirit represents. The principle of clear seeing, seeing from love, seeing from compassion, seeing from, like the Sufis say, everything is the face of God. And when I forget that and I'm separate from you, I've forgotten who I am. And I have to see you how I'm seeing me. And that's the gift of relationships. One of the downloads that came in this last week was relationship is an act of God's grace. Relationship to anything, romantic especially, is an act of God's grace because we will project all of where we believe ourselves to be separate onto the other person. So we can have a mirror, so we can have a way of seeing ourselves, so we can correct our thinking. And what happens when we correct our thinking and we inquire? We return to love, beauty, connection. So why is it an act of God's grace? Because the returning to that experience lets us experience it as unique. The way that our bodies can experience love, peace, and connection is ecstatic. It's expansive. It'll make you cry. It's the most beautiful experience on the planet. Why would God create that for itself? Because of its own self-love, its own overpouring of love. And why would God, create, so to say? Well, this is all metaphoric. God didn't create anything. God is everything. Why is it graceful to have relationships? Because we will eventually have to return to ourselves, because it takes effort to maintain separation. It is effortless to be ourselves. So we're all moving in a direction of becoming and abiding and realizing and knowing ourselves as we are. And when two do that, the two are one. And that's what it actually means to say, when two or more gather, he is there, she is there, God is there. And why would God create that experience of forgetting and remembering? Because the remembering is so beautiful and delicious and expansive. And that's how I create that experience for myself.